while back, short time ago, I was having a conversation with a good friend, Shane, one of the guys I ride with here and there, and he said something that I can really resonate with. And what he said was, you know, years ago I felt like my front end would just deflect off everything, and he said now my front end doesn't seem to deflect as much. And I can totally relate to that. Like, I'm going in the trail here and there's rocks and there's roots and there's different things. And I'm not saying that my front end doesn't, deflect. Because every once in a while it does. Well, the point is, it seems like it doesn't deflect and lose control nearly as much as it used to a few years ago. Why is that? Well, obviously suspensions get a little bit better, but I think most of it is just your technique, your line selection, and then just knowing it's going to deflect, sensing that it's going to deflect just by seeing the terrain and seeing what you're going to hit, and then just rolling with it and not fighting it and using it. You're like, oh, I can see my front tire is going to do this. It's probably going to do this, so I'll just shift my weight or shift, the handlebars just a little bit to absorb that. And I think that's a huge part of it. Oh, it's going to bounce that way. I'm going to get deflected that way. So I'll lean the bike towards it or away from it, whatever it is, and use that as to help me, alter course. And instead of having the deflection being like something that upsets the bike, you're just realizing, hey, this is going to happen right here. There's nothing I can do about it, so I'll use it. And that seems to be the more likely case, if I'm honest. Just because now we'll watch, and there's going to be a lot of rocks up here and things on the side of the trail, that I'm gonna hit, like that rock right there. I used that rock. It went up around, and I used it. Pop down a gear. Get up around. I use those things on the side of the trail. I think that's why our front ends tend to deflect less the longer we ride. And the other thing that maybe I didn't mention is maybe you just keep your front end light in certain areas. And I think obviously line choice has a lot to do with it. Grab a second here. Not getting enough traction. Line choice has to have something to do with it, and just those subtle changes in your handlebars, your front wheel, and then just maybe also not being quite so rigid on the bike. Letting things happen underneath you. Letting the trail come to you is maybe another way to kind of think of it. Anyway, Shane, if this video ever comes out and you ever see it, that's kind of what I'm thinking might be part of it. All of those things combined, why our front wheels don't deflect as much now as they did years ago. lots of rocks. I would also be remiss if I didn't say that the front end of this 2020 K-Tame XCW also plays a role here. Because this sucker just absorbs so much.